Hello there and welcome back to Bordeaux. We are in a new season. If you did miss last episode, definitely go back and watch it because you'll miss a hell of a lot and we will get some spoilers in this. Assuming everyone's gone from that or not too cared about that, we've got our transfers and then a massive game. Firstly, we broke our transfer record again. 20.5 million from some team in Portugal. 20-year-old left back. We've had a couple of left back problems, but hopefully this will sort it. Helio Varela, 20-year-old, born in 2010. Good marking, positioning. Positioning is not even on here. Got good all stats. Very quick, 5'6", left footed. Probably going to be our fullback for the next, well, the rest of the save, hopefully. Jacob Rahak was a Czech international, got one cap. Got him for 400k from Banek or Ostrava. Don't worry, all the teams aren't that hard to pronounce. 2 stars, career ability, 3 potentially 4 stars. Potential ability was a release clause. It's just got good stats in the areas we want, and we're just going to send him out on loan. On to this season, we've only spent 6.75 million. But if you look at them first 3, we signed 3 Wonderkids for free. Andreas Shoulder up on the left hand side. Just a good squad player. Really is our big star man, but nothing like a 27-year-old wonder kid. Not too bad on him as well. On a free. New right winger. We've had a load of youngsters and a loanees on the right hand side. So to get a player from Barcelona. Really bargy. He's still 25 years old as well. Left footed, so suits our formation especially well. And then Shaquille Van Persie. 3-star current ability, Dutch, under 21 international. Good backup striker. We do have Leguizamon and Wergy, but with their goal scoring form, a third striker is never a bad thing to do, especially on a free. And Aaron Asomino is probably my favourite signing. On a free, a 4-star centre back, already 6'1". Got heading, jumping reach, bravery, determination, work rate, aggression, marking, tackling, just everything you want. On a free as well, 26 years old, perfect age. And look at that value as well, up to nearly 50 million. Should we go and sell him. Mikel Sudacriato from Fiorentina from 2.2 million is another backup left back. For 2.2 million, a left back with all these stats with driven personality. Definitely can't go wrong, even if we just sell him on in a couple of years. Couple of loanees as well. Bafodi Jagu, who was on, I can't remember, was it Reims? It was Strasbourg and then Nantes. We tried to get him when he was at Nantes. I think it was this season, or it might have been that season. But we got him on loan from Chelsea. I mean, he's only had some loans. And then a backup keeper who's stats-wise better than Ramos. Japanese international Kentaro Taniguchi. Driven personality, only 20 years of age. And got some very good stats on him. So, we do have to look on youngsters. A couple of loanees. And we'll just go through the only sale. Freddie LaSalle, who only has 1 year left on his contract, was already a backup player anyway. Came to me and was like, I'm never really going to break into the team. And then after we signed the right backs and that big centre back, I thought, might as well let him go. Might as well get a fee for him. He's gone to Anderlecht to be the squad player instead. At 21 years of age, probably would have liked to keep hold of him. Was a decent player, but if he wants first team football, I can't really get in his way. And so then, UEFA Super Cup, because we won the Europa League, against the winners of the Champions League, Real Madrid. Bart Verbruggen's their goalkeeper. Vinicius Jr., Sesko, Artigula, Rodrigo. Ruben Diaz on the bench, reserves. Ruben Diaz, Gonzalo Ramos, Tyler Dibbling, Trent, Luis Diaz, who's now 34. But I guess this is what we get. If we want to play at those big teams in Europe and get our reputation up, we need to get into it. So Ramos starts in goal, Jegu, and Somino, and Bayer and Varela. A couple of debuts in at that back four with Briku, Barco, Bargi and Pereira. Rudier and Wergy starting up from a bench that we can actually make subs on. Good goalkeeper. Probably our starting right back, but not quite fit. Two good centre backs. Benoit Boucher, who looks pretty decent. Who else was it? Someone else I'm forgetting. Anyway, we'll get to them in after. Just, we could literally change our front, like a second start 11, which is something we definitely didn't have last season. But this is Real Madrid we're talking about. I mean, we're going to have to get that familiarity up. I mean, everyone's good at it, they're just awkward, which is strange. But anyway, I guess it's a free hit. Real Madrid, UEFA Super Cup. Let's get into it. Right then, UEFA Super Cup. I've never actually played in one of these. Well, not in FM26 anyway. There's the trophy. Champions League, Europa League, and Super Cup. Real Madrid definitely have won their fair share of Super Cups. It's probably going to be another one for them, but as Benjamin Sesko gets us kicked off, it's a glorified pre-season friendly, but it's a European trophy that the big teams want to win. Right, Sesko, Varela cuts that one out. Referee's kind of getting in the way a little bit. Back to Mbayo, to Jegu. We've actually got a good defence. I mean, Jegu just passes that straight back to Camavinga. Rodrigo, out to Alvaro Carreras. Vinicius Jr. to Camavinga, and that's not really troubling Ramos. I changed the kits a little bit. You might see we're goalkeepers now in pink. Changed the kits. Not really the colour, except the goalkeepers, but just makes it a little bit of a change. Rudier is put through Wergy. Verbruggen comes out. I don't know why Pereira didn't shoot. Bargi did shoot and wins the corner. Verbruggen got there first, but in no man's land. Should Pereira shot, we probably would have been 1-0 up. Alright, Artigula on the right, deep free kick. And by our way, Rodrigo. Vinicius Jr. Ramos save with his feet. A little bit of a weird save, but I guess we'd rather him save it than let it in. Ramos, short to Mbayo. Maybe with the backup keeper, we've got our keeper to challenge him, so he might play a little bit better. Anyway, let's get on to Rudier. Crossfield ball to him, brings it down into the box. Forward to Pereira. Should have scored the first time. Probably should have scored that one. Good defending on the line from Real Madrid. I mean, Real Madrid are literally the biggest winners of the Champions League ever. And we're actually giving them a game. Back to Ramos on a goalkeeper situation. Ramos hasn't been the best performing in the last couple of seasons. Maybe because we haven't had backups. Maybe we have a backup where if he doesn't perform, we can rotate him out. Or if he does perform, he's got a little bit of just pressure just to make him perform. On his slot, the Real Madrid manager, who was at PSG and didn't do that great, so I mean, he still beat us, but PSG compared to Bordeaux is a little bit different. On to the second half then, still 0-0. Varela. Alright, Carreras to Diaz. Real Madrid on the possession now. Rodrigo, back to Frances. They've got a French only right back. Dean Howson. And you can go from Bournemouth to Real Madrid. I don't think that's a very stretched. Jegu's going in. deep. Ardegula, I think that's blocked by Ramos, out for a corner. A little bit risky from Jigu. Right, really on the ball. 73 minutes in. Still been the better team in this one. Trent Alexander-Arnold doing some defending. That's a red sight. Ardegula just completely goes around Campari like he's not even there. In behind Hellier to our Master Ondo. To Goulet. Trent Alexander-Arnold into the box and over the bar. Last couple of minutes of the game. I don't know whether this has extra time. I'm going straight to penalties. But on Rodrigo on the left-hand side now. Not even going to try and pronounce his name. Yaki Growski. Kamavinga to Housen. I'm going to be honest, this Real Madrid team haven't exactly been great, and it's going straight to penalties. Right then, UEFA Super Cup going to penalties. Who's going to be the big winners from this one? Merveld steps up first and puts it past Bergen. Goes to the right side, but nothing he can do about it. Real Madrid. I don't know if we're that good at penalties, if I'm honest. I don't remember us having a penalty shootout. Is that Bart Verbruggen in goal? It looks a bit... Oh, it's Ramos. Well, yeah. Anyway, Ramos saves the Vinicius Junior penalty. I thought Bart Verbruggen had very dark skin. I was very questioning it. Ramos, in his bright pink kit, does save. Although it's probably off. That save. Shaquille Van Persie against Verbruggen, and that's a pretty tame penalty. No power on it. Verbruggen went the right way. Gone the right way twice. One. Still 1-0. Ardegula. Another left-footed penalty. For Real Madrid to equalise it. Ardegula. Ramos goes the right way. Doesn't quite get down low enough. And it's 1-1 in the penalty shootout. Rodrigo missing a penalty. And I just completely missed it because... Yeah, I'm going to... Well... Less than that on the batter. And Solmino from centre back. And I can't say his name. Verbruggen goes that side again and saves another penalty. I mean, losing this on penalties isn't great, but the fact that I even took them to penalties. Rodrigo, to step up for Real Madrid. To give them the advantage for the first time in this penalty shootout. Sends Ramos the wrong way, and all the penalties are going down that right side. Well, keeper's right side, left side for the strikers. Anyway, 2-1 to Real Madrid, Verbruggen in goal. Jules Roudier to step up for Bordeaux. Right, Roudier goes down that same side again. Verbruggen's down that side again. Goes past, does score. I mean, someone's going to put the ball down the other side, surely at some point. Bordeaux 2, Real Madrid 2. Real Madrid 2 have the advantage. Mastantuano. Same side again. Honestly, Ramos, just stand that side. They're not moving it anywhere else. Probably the best penalty we've seen, but if I'm honest, not all those penalties are with exact quality. Lorenzo, from a substitute, wasn't quite much fit to play the game. Against Verbruggen, to keep us in the game. And goes the exact opposite side. The best penalty we've seen. Verbruggen still goes the same direction. And here we are then. 3-3 in the penalty shootout. Dean Howson, former Bournemouth player, from the centre-back to win it for Real Madrid. And shoots it straight down the middle. Ramos reads it straight down the middle. 3-3 as the penalty shootout goes on. Wow. It's not been a game for the penalties. Lorenzo's one was good. That's about it. Shamir to step up. Goes the same direction again. But Verbruggen goes the right direction. Can't get down to it. just as much, 4-3 after 6 penalties. This might be some of the poorest penalty shootout I've seen. Trent Alexander-Arnold for Real Madrid to level it up. And puts it, that's probably the best penalty I've seen. It goes into that top corner. Ramos goes the opposite way. Puts that into the top corner. Absolutely unsavable. Right, 7th penalty each now. Who's taking this one for Bordeaux is Sheldon Bio. From centre back, it's all the players that didn't really want to step up because they're not that great. Puts it down the middle. Verbruggen goes that left hand side. Once again, Bio puts it down the middle. Advantage Bordeaux. They miss Gasikowski. Yarek. I'm calling him Yarek. And Yarek, Ramos can't get down quick enough. Probably one of the better penalties, but I don't think that says much about this penalty shootout. The game does go on. 5-5, 8 penalties to take. Varela from left back on his debut and puts it down that side again. It's just the same hold of penalties that aren't that hard. I mean, Verbruggen's going the right way like 90% of the time, so it looks like he might save one. Surely Camavinga's better at penalties than this. To equalise or send us through. It's Camavinga, just slots it into the corner. Ramos just sits down. And the penalties continue. 6-6, 9 penalties. Couple more penalties. We'll see the goalkeeper's taking some. And then it'll all go around again. Pereira. Decent finish. On his left foot. And Verbruggen saves it. Into the right hand side. Verbruggen reads it. 9th penalty. I mean, at this point, it's just people who are not very good at penalties for both teams. Ruben Diaz to win it for Real Madrid. And to make himself a hero, Ramos goes the right way and Real Madrid win the Super Cup. I mean, it's not surprising, but that was probably one of the worst penalty shootouts I've ever seen in my life. There we are then. Real Madrid, after being distinctly average, and it doesn't really look like Jurgen Klopp. But here we are then. Real Madrid are the UEFA Super Cup winners. After one of the worst penalty shootouts I've ever seen. But the fact that we took them to a penalty shootout in a pretty dull game, if I'm honest, says a lot about our squad we built this season, or just how bad Real Madrid were. But anyway, that is the end of today's episode. I'll see you very soon for the start of the new season.